friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to do a Netflix recommendation and a review on a documentary called The Inventor. But first, let's get into this Netflix recommendation. It is a show called Deadtome. Guys, y'all have to go and watch this series. It is so good. It's 10 episodes. I finished it in a day. So it is so good that it's going to whiz by. I mean, it is that good. The last 3 episodes, oh my God, so good. I mean, go check out this series. I had to get my glasses on. It stars Christina Applegate, and her character's name is Jen. Jen, her husband got killed by a hit and run. Really left dying in the middle of the road. So now she is, I guess, obsessed with trying to find out who killed her husband. So she'll come across a car that has front end damage, and she'll write down the tag, and she'll let the police know, and you know, every little thing, every car that's speeding or you know running a stop sign, she makes mental notes, and she keep their tag in mind so she can give it to the police. She's a real estate agent. Of course, she has the gay sidekick, you know, who's one of her closest friends. And she has 2 sons. One's I think, teenager who's, of course, done lost his father, so he hates everyone in the world. He's, you know, angst, rebellious. He back talks. You know, he knows everything. So, and then, and she has a younger son who is complete opposite. He's younger, he's funny, he's outgoing, you know, he's that type of character. So to help her grieve, she goes to a grief counseling session called the Grief Retreat, and she meets up with a woman named Judy, who is played by, I can't remember the name of the actress, but she is fantastic. She is such a good actress. So, you know, they become friends because Judy lost her husband. He was 44 years old, and he had a heart attack. So, you know, they become friends. And so Jen one day had a bad night. So she calls Judy, and they, of course, spark up this friendship because they're both grieving over their husbands. So it goes from there, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you what all happens in the series because it's so many plot twists. It's plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. Some of the plot twists was like, I was like, I knew that was coming, but one of them, I was like, you got to be kidding me. So good. So good. Go watch this series. You will not be disappointed. And if you have seen the series, please do not leave any spoilers in the comments for anybody else. I want everyone to watch it without any spoilers. But if you have seen it, let me know. But don't spoil anything for anybody else. Alright? Alright. Alright, let's talk about the documentary Inventor. It is on HBO. One of my subscribers, Leema, she asked me to check it out and to review it. I checked it out and I'm reviewing it. Thank you for the recommendation, Leema. I enjoyed it. You know, I've heard of this story before. So, let's get into it. The Inventor is about Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes is a woman at 19 years old. She went to Stanford. She dropped out. She thought that the way doctors or, you know, lab technicians, how they withdrew blood, it could be an easier way. So instead of going through your vein like usual, she thought, hey, let's just prick a finger and it can test your blood for other types of, diseases. So, when you have diabetes, they'll test your blood sugar with just a prick of the finger. So that's all, is tested for, because it's just a small amount of blood. So she thought, okay, let me invent something that can, test everything with just a prick of your finger. Not just diabetes, but, thyroid, cancer, cholesterol, all the things that doctors test when they take blood through your vein. It will be less invasive just to do it with a little finger prick. Great idea, right? In fact, genius. A fantastic idea. So at 19, she started her company. She was founder CEO of Theranos, and it started off great. She had some momentum, okay? She had the look. She was blonde hair, blue-eyed, young, pretty, and she had the smarts to go behind it. So she could talk, her way into getting this company started. And another thing is, she dressed in all black, okay? All black. Who does she favor? Steve Jobs. And I think in that day and time, which was 2003, she was 19, I think that people wanted to have someone else like a Steve Jobs. And for it to be an attractive, woman, oh, that's just bonus, okay? She was everywhere. She was on TV. She was in magazines, on the cover of magazines. Newspapers was talking about her. Everybody was talking about Elizabeth Holmes. Who is this Elizabeth Holmes? What is she trying to do for the medical field? So, she started off this company, and it started off great. Okay. People was throwing money at her. Okay. I'm not talking about just, Joe Schmoes. I'm sure some of them too, but I'm talking about wealthy, rich people. And I'm not talking about hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. I'm talking about hundreds of millions between investors and venture capitalists. She got $400 million invested into her company. $400 million. And just think about it. And she did it with just minimal information about her company. Yeah, people knew that she wanted to build a blood lab, like a LabCorp, where doctors would take blood and to send it off, it would go to Theranos instead of one of these big, huge corporations like LabCorp. It would not be through your vein. It would be a finger prick, less invasive. So, everybody was like, this is brilliant. Okay, if she can pull this off, this will revolutionize, the medical field, blood taking, as we know it. So, time went on, and people started questioning, like, okay, well, it's been, you've been given a lot of money. Where's the result? So, while she's on TV, while she's, in the magazines, she always gave the bare minimum. She never really went into detail about how she's going to do this. She told what she wanted to do, but she never went into detail how she was going to do it. How you going to pull this off? What's your presentation? We want a blow by blow, She never ever did that. Ever. So instead of people's like, ding, 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 now wait a minute. We done gave a lot of money. We're not really giving the information that we need. Like, we're asking the questions. We're not giving any answers. So they really didn't really push it, because she always says this takes time. And if you think about it, yeah, she's trying to do something huge. So time went on, and nothing. it kept going its course. And then she had this, she had a partner who seemed shady altogether. His name was Sonny, and he was always by her side. You know, people start talking, rumors start going, like, are they in a relationship? Like, what is their, you know, relationship? I mean, are they just business partners? Because they are always together. Something, you know, strange, you know, going on there. And so, you know, they started questioning. So people who worked there started questioning what is happening, what is going on. Highly educated people, you know, engineers, scientists, chemists, all these people worked there. She had all these resources, and those are the people that are questioning what's going on, because literally inside of the lab where they supposed to be, you know, building this billion-dollar company, nothing was happening. Okay, and what was happening was shady as hell. One of the people they interviewed who worked there said that in the administration part of Theranos, it was beautiful, clean, organized, put together. When you walk in, it was like futuristic. You know, you thought to yourself, this girl got it going on. She is going to put this on a whole new level. She's going to demolish the medical field. This is going to work. But inside of the lab was hell. Okay? Junky equipment. People not knowing what they're doing or what they're supposed to do. No guidance. It was trash. Okay? The administration part was heaven. The lab part, which is the most important part, was hell. Okay, so again, she's still talking, she's still representing her company, and somebody has said that when you talk to her, she didn't blink. She was just blank. Okay, no emotion. All right, every so often she'll chuckle or smile, but most of the time she was just like a robot. Oh my God, just a mess. So one of the, I think it was a chemist or a scientist, I can't remember which one, actually bucked. And he seen what was going on. He seen that there was no, you know, nothing happening. I mean, years had went by and nothing was happening, okay? She was all talk. So he bucked, and they found out that he was going to, I think he was going to talk to a journalist, or he was going to leave or something like that. And so they fired him. And he was so defeated and upset about it that he committed suicide over this. Oh my God. And it was other little shady things going on, like, you know, when people bucked, they would get fired, or, you know, if someone, you know, was going to whistle blow or talk to the journalist, you know, they would be like followed. I mean, shady stuff going on. I'm telling you, that Sonny, her partner, he was shady boots. I mean, shady boots. So years go by, people leaving, people questioning, still, you know, she's still going on with this, you know, scam and fraud that, you know, she's going to revolutionize the medical field. So Walgreens got in touch with her, all right, and was like, listen, all right, let's try your invention in our stores and we'll test it out. You know, we'll see how it's going to do. And so it happened in Arizona, and literally they said yes. Theranos was like, sure. I mean, Walgreens is coming to us. They want to test out our, you know, my invention. We're definitely going to do this. And they sunk millions of dollars into this testing. They had commercials. I mean, real life people here, guys. Real life people. Not paid people. Real life people are going into this Walgreens, getting their blood drawn witness to test. Now, this is the problem, okay? There's no doctors there. Because, when you go to the doctor's office to have a physical or a checkup, the doctor is talking to you, what's wrong, and the doctor gets your blood drawn and is sent off to, usually, LabCorp, and it will have accurate readings. These people are going inside of Walgreens and getting their blood drawn. No doctors around. And one doctor was like, this is ridiculous. Okay, how are you going to draw someone's blood inside of a drugstore and not have a professional medical physician there? Okay, it was ridiculous, but they went along with it, and it happened, and people started sending, and they sent off their blood to Theranos to be tested. Well, remember, the Theranos lab is nothing but hell. So they sent off these people's blood. It was a disaster. One of the workers said that they was getting this blood, and literally people who worked there had no business working there because they couldn't read the blood. They were literally using like lab technicians. Like no one, not a chemist, not a scientist, not an engineer, no one. They were literally using the bottom of the barrel, no experienced people reading these people's blood. And the equipment they were using was garbage. Okay, it was a catastrophe. It was awful. So when they sent back the readings, they were wrong. I mean wrong. The readings was terrible. The actual people with experience who read it didn't understand it. I mean, it was a disaster. But guess what? She walked the walk, she talked the talk, and she was saying, hey, we partnered with Walgreens, all these people are satisfied. It was, less invasive. They didn't have to go through the vein. They had a little prick of the finger. And so the FDA, up until this part, was not approving this, okay? But FDA finally approved part of the testing. Not all of the testing, but part of the testing. So they were celebrating. They was popping champagne. They were dancing, because they had won, all right? Meanwhile, more people are investing more money. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Y'all, this blew up to a $10 billion company. $10 billion. I think the HBO series said $7 billion, then I read $4 billion, then I read $10 billion. It didn't matter. From $4 to $10 billion is how big her company got. She got huge. Well, Walgreens started getting complaints, and things were not working how they supposed to work. Of course, that crashed and burned. She started burning money. I mean, they went through that money, and for what? I mean, nothing came out of it. She never said how she was doing this. I mean, she just burnt through $400 million. It was awful. It was awful. And when someone asked her about it, she would sugarcoat it or say, oh, I can't talk about it. You can never reveal your secrets, but you wait. You wait until it comes out. You're going to be amazed. All that little sugary bullshit, okay? That's all it was. That's all it was. So, 2 workers was like, that's it, okay? We know what's going on, all right? She actually had people's lives in her hands. Nothing is happening. The lab is a disaster. It's trash back there. She is a liar. She's a scammer. She is a fraud. That Sonny person, he's shady as hell. So they went to, I think it was the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times, because one of the reporters had been tracking this, and one of the reporters was like, this ain't right. Something's not right with this chick, okay? Something is terribly wrong. And he was correct, okay? So they finally broke their silence and they whistleblowed and they told everything. They told everything. They said all these people have, invested all this money for nothing. Nothing's happening in that lab. She has no idea what she's doing. She got rid of the people who did, actual people who knew what they were doing. Disclosure agreements where you cannot talk about fairness, about the lab, about where you work, what's going on in work, nothing. She even had the receptionist sign a non-disclosure agreement. So they can't talk about it or they will be sued. And some of the people who worked there talked about it, they were being sued. So everybody was hush-hush. But these two people was like, I had enough. And so they whistleblowed. And honey, the volcano erupted. Okay, she was done for. All right. So, of course, they had everybody come and investigate. People start pulling out their money. She was getting sued, her and Sonny. She kept feeling the heat. And it just crashed and burned, okay? Crashed and burned. She was arrested. She is being charged with 11 felony counts through the DOJ. And that's just how it is, okay? They asked her about it, and of course, she was like, she didn't know anything about the fraud. You're the founder of the company, you liar. You lying cow. How could you not know what was going on? It's your company. Y'all, she's trash, okay? She is trash. She is a fraud. She is manipulative. She's deceitful. She's a liar. She scammed people out of billions of dollars. And she's still walking around free. I think her court case is coming up soon. I don't know when, but her and that Sonny guy, I know they were in court in April. So anyway, she needs to go to jail. And I hope she goes to jail. But then you have to look at the other side. I was like, why was people so willing to just because she was an attractive woman who was just talking? I mean, that literally is what it was, okay? She literally talked herself into billions of dollars and suckering millions, hundreds of millions out of idiots. So, and never, until this day, she has never, ever said, what's fairness? What is your invention? Till this day, she's never said it. A scam artist. Scam. It was good. Of course, like all documentaries, there's a point in there where it was like, okay, hurry it up, because it drug through. But go check it out. It is fascinating. It is fascinating. So if you like documentaries, this is a good one. Thank you, Leema, for recommending this. If you have any more recommendations, anybody out there you want me to review, I'll check it out. If I like it, I will review it. But yeah, go check out Deadtome and check out the Inventor. Alright guys, that's it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.